Hey guys, welcome to another video on the Inside Spurs channel. Happy Monday evening. I hope we're all okay. Hope we've all had a good, productive, solid day, whatever it is you've been up to today. If it was work, if it was leisure, whatever it was, I hope the day treated you as well as it possibly could. Obviously, it was lovely weather today, so hopefully wherever you were, it was solid. Obviously, for the people that will watch this back, my Australian, New Zealand friends, it's probably not as warm as it is in England right now, so I feel your pain. Trust me. I know what cold feels like. But in this video, we've got a cracker. I'll tell you what, we got a cracker. We're talking Toney, Gimenez, Solanke, Chiesa, Calafiori, Jonathan David. We're talking a lot. We are talking, I promise you, a lot in this video. So, sit back, relax, get yourself a lovely squash, summer fruits preferably, and enjoy. Hope we're all okay. Just want to say that if you're watching this and you are new, give us a subscribe. You're very much welcome to join us for the journey. And if you weren't aware, these are obviously recorded live. Normally do a 12 o'clock and a 7 o'clock in UK time-wise, all right? Hello, James, mate. How are you? Afternoon, Alez. John Ratcher, here he is, a minute early as well. You love to see it. Evening, Sonia. How are you? You okay? Evening, Tom, as well. Kieran, that's proper of you. John Ratcher would love that from me. He's my pun guru. Instead of having a piano teacher, I have a pun teacher. Big up, Gary, mate. How are you? Have seen conflicting reports this afternoon, different channels about Gimenez. Well, let me tell you what I've got for you. Evening, EZ, mate. How are you? Evening, Liam. There he is. Afternoon, Gons, mate. How are you? Evening, Janice. There's Joshua. Big up, Joshua. Big up, Joshua. That's a lot of Kool-Aid, Andy. Watch out for the sugar. It's definitely not Kool-Aid. It's definitely summer fruit squash. Summer fruit squash. We all love it. By the way, Osman is the same price as Gyökeres. Well, we're talking about strikers, don't worry. Spurs need to solidify the Eze deal. Well, let's see. Ayabonga Dano. What a name that is. Belter of a name. Right, let's jump in. We've got so much to talk about. And obviously, 8 o'clock kickoffs tonight, so we don't want to be waiting around. Don't want to be sitting here twiddling our thumbs, hoping that we can get it all in before then. So, look. I'm actually going to start with Lois Openda. This is one that you didn't think I was going to talk about. I'm going to talk about, as the goal was talking about him, he said that Spurs have scouted Openda. He said with 4 years left on his contract and reportedly has an 80 million euro release clause, which comes active only in 2025, with Leipzig looking for much more this summer. Well, I think we can, as a chat, agree. Now, as much as I might like Lois Openda, I don't like him if he's going to cost about 100 million. I just don't. Wow, it's a lot of money. When I read it, I was like, that's a lot of money for a guy who I like. I like Lois Openda. I think he's a solid player, but I don't like him all that much. So I've just seen on my camera, got the two shirts hanging up. You can't really see it, but I got the two shirts hanging up. I've just seen that you can't even see it's Gareth Bale anymore. There you are. It's Gareth Bale still, don't worry, I promise. Yeah, so I don't think that one's going to be happening, if I'm honest, guys. I just think, as much as we may like Openda on this community, I think quite safe to say we all quite like Lois Openda. That one certainly won't be happening. Give me Gimenez, I don't care. Even Van Gogh, mate, I'm going to be telling you in a minute. When will this stream end? Probably about 7:45, Alez. I'd like to give everyone about 15 minutes ahead of the 8 o'clock kickoffs. Question for the chat, Drizzy or Lamar? It's Lamar, mate. That's the only right answer you have in that situation. David, Sule, Eze, Anana, Greaves, and Coyote would be great, but sort of squad depth. Well, Coyote, I saw had links elsewhere. Sule, I thought he was going to like West Ham or Palace. I don't really know what's going on. I need my outgoings. I like Madzi. Literally beat me to it. If you're not aware, if you ever tell me a list of players you would think would be a realistic summer transfer window or an ideal summer transfer window, I'll always ask you, but what are your outgoings? Because it can't be a realistic or an idealistic one if I don't get my outgoings. So Madzi's gone with Spence, Emerson, Ronan, Reguilon, Højbjerg, Skip, Gio, Gil, and Solomon. Not outrageous, Madzi. It's not outrageous. Seeing that Gimenez is 40 million, like, yes, please get that bad boy in. Give me a second, Joshua. I'm coming to him in a minute. If we can't get a pendant, then I'm now rooting for David. Fair enough. Hi, Andy. I did say give Trudeau's quality. Give Sampora a run for his spot. Captain of final. Plus, we're lacking true leadership quality. We've got Sonny. We've got Romero. Vic, I think, will end up be a bit of a leader. But I get what your point is. I don't see him starting ahead of Porro though. Yeah, good answer. Just want to check individuals who like. Well, Kendrick Lamar is a boss. I don't get the David hate, to be honest. Hate. I never understand hate for any player, but you know what I mean. It never makes any sense. They're human beings at the end of the day. If Bayern don't get Paulinho, why don't we try deal 40 million plus Højbjerg? It's not a bad shout, KVN, but I don't see it personally. I can see him doing well for us. Yeah, David, yeah, for sure. Are we still looking to get a defensive centre mid? We're looking at centre mids. Still looking at centre mids. Off topic, been loving watching Dragusin play. I'll bloody love watching Dragusin play. As soon as I hear Romania playing, get me in front of that TV now. You know, back in Sky Sports days, they used to have like cameras following individual players. I'll just get one on Dragusin. Don't care about the game. Get it on Dragusin. Bloody love the guy. So that's a little bit on Openda. I will just say Calafiori, because Calafiori is on my screen right now. So Sasha Tavolieri said that on Juventus and Bologna's chat. They said they are currently finalising an agreement about Calafiori between 40 and 50 million euros. That is more than I ever thought he was going to be. You know what I mean? I was like, oh, is it going to be like 25 to 30, 35, something like that? This deal reaches way above 40. And Alistair Gold talked about it. It's like, Spurs like Calafiori, but they're unlikely to go to Calafiori because of his ever-increasing price that is going to be. And Spurs have holes elsewhere they need to focus on imminently compared to a position where I wouldn't say it's of strength, but it's not as of concern compared to other areas, It's such a shame. Had we maybe been an extra year into Ange where he sort of got a lot more than he wanted, this would maybe be in his third summer window, I'd be like, yeah, Calafiori, come on over, lads. You are so coming to Spurs. But I've always been really clear on this, lads. And I'm not often right, but sometimes I am. And when I am, I will definitely let you know about it. I always said Calafiori is going to Juventus because of Motta, because it's in theory a historic club in Italy. It's a historic club across the world, but in Italy, it's for sure. He still gets Champions League football. They're going to pay him a lot more. It all made too much sense, What's your favourite scary movie? I've never been a scary movie guy, to be honest, Scons, mate. Never been on them. Kind of got scarred as a child and never went back, but I just never have. I don't really like movies, and it's not because I hate movies, things like that. I don't sit still very well. I always feel like I need to be doing something, It's like if I watch a game of football, it's like the Euros, 2 8:00 kickoff games. I will watch both of those, and I'll be really glued in on both of them because I can focus like that. But as soon as I need to watch a movie, I'm twisting. So I'm fidgeting with my AirPod case. So that's literally what I'm like. Movie watch along. We'll do that on a second channel sometime. How about that? I don't like David, but if Ange likes him and sees something in him, I'd be excited for it. Exactly. Give the manager what he wants. Give him all the opportunity to succeed. If Nico doesn't come, Johan could be back on the wish list. Do you mean Bakayoko, Liam? Get Geertrude for 22 million and Hill. Do you know what? It's probably not far off that kind of value, KVN. It really isn't. I'm not paying 40 million for a backup. Damn. If you don't like David, then you don't know anything about Ligue 1. Iqbal coming out swinging. Is Edison still possible? I haven't heard anything in a while, but is the Douglas Luiz deal just holding up Juventus so a lot of deals are just waiting? No, it wasn't. That deal was Weston McKennie holding that up because he wanted his money from Juventus, and I doubt they wanted to give him it. Therefore, he's staying, and a different player's going inside the deal for Douglas Luiz. If I'm honest, no. Edison's still a possibility. Obviously, you never know in football, but Coop Miners is the guy that's going to be probably leaving to go to Juventus, ironically. So Riccardo's gone. Yeah, for sure. I think so. Nico's not coming. He has the pick of Europe. Yeah, he's going to Solihull Moors. Get this summer done with decent signings around the park. The next summer, we could focus on a goalkeeper, left back, centre mid, and striker. Maybe a little winger in there as well, Madsy. Jonathan David has 65 goals and assists in the past 2 seasons. He can't be that bad. Marshall's going to hate you for that, Madsy. Yeah, I'm on first name terms. Fair enough. Must be nice. Get Marcus Rashford. No, I'm all right, Tom. I'm not a Marcus Rashford guy personally. And it's still the right decision, in my opinion, not to take him to the Euros. But he has players that can play in that position, Southgate, and he chooses not to play them. Solanke time. Let's talk Solanke. So Alistair Gold said that Spurs have long looked at Bournemouth Dominic Solanke, who would again fall into that big fee category. So reports suggesting he has a 65 million release clause that can only be activated by a number of undisclosed clubs. It's normally just the top 6, Alistair. I don't know if he knew that or not. We're not going Solanke, in my opinion. Just think 65 million. We're not going there. I think Jonathan David's rocketed up this list, by the way. You'll see why I think that in a minute. But I think he's rocketed up the list. And I think the guys who are going to be 50, 60, 70 and above have just plummeted through this list. Now, I get Spurs going, look, we still need another 10 to 12 players. We want to get 5 to 6 this summer. We can't spend 50 million on every player. Totally get that. And sometimes you've got to take a few cheaper wins elsewhere. Hence why they wanted Tosin Adarabioyo, because it was free. Jonathan David, I think, might fall into that category. Not to say he's not a good or bad player or anything like that. I just think he falls into that category, you know? David, I've always liked, but the people saying he's missing a lot of chances, has also awful first touch. Yeah, he's no Van Gogh in the swimming pool, I tell you that. For 65, Solanke can sling his hook. When do you think we'll buy our first player? I don't think we're that progressed in anything. Famous last words, and maybe I'm jinxing that, and maybe we're really close on a few, which if we are, you're welcome, because I sped everything up. But I don't think for a little while. Yeah, I don't want 65 million waste on Solanke. I'd rather go for Lukaku. That's too far, Iqbal. I don't want Lukaku at all. Not even for free. Would rather get David and spend on Eze and a 6. Exactly. The thing is, right, we were talking about this in the first stream. If you can bulk out your team, and next summer going to get the striker, next summer you're going to go get the guy that you truly want, I can kind of get on board with that. I can. But as long as you are buying another 5 players on top of that striker, you know, I can't see Levy spending 65 million on Solanke, but we have spent 60 million on Richarlison. Well, that's the deal leading up to 60, isn't it? I said this with the other 30-ish million cost players. Just go get David, and if things don't go amazing, then get Sesko Openda next year. I think Sesko will be the one leaving next year. I think Openda's kind of screwed into place, if you know what I mean. No thanks to Lukaku. Fair enough. So there's that on old Dominic Solanke. Right, I want to talk about this first report that I saw. And this was the first one that I saw. Okay, and I will add to this. So just bear with me for a second, all right? So, found something else to talk about. So this one came from Mexico. These are Mexican reports saying that Santiago Gimenez is close to a transfer to Spurs. Feyenoord have received bids from Atletico and Spurs. Feyenoord want to accept the higher bid from Spurs and have told Atletico to match it if they want the striker. Supposedly Madrid considers complicated, but Alistair Gold has said Santiago Gimenez is not amongst those who are believed to be on it in terms of the striker list. That's incredible. For so long, we've been linked and interested on Gimenez to now come to the summer and gone, actually, we don't really want him. I think that's bonkers. I really do. I'm going to be greedy. I would love the striker this year. Well, Sonia, there's nothing wrong with being greedy. Sometimes. Occasionally. If you get David for 30 million, right, people complain, where's the ambition, etc. But if it makes sense so you can get a proper marquee signing in Eze, then I'm not against it because there's a plan in place. Well, you're actually supposed to build a team feeding the striker, right? If you look at Liverpool, Arsenal, Man City, they've all done that. And look how they are. It's not a bad idea to follow suit. David, Eze, Edwards, and Geertruida. Tom knows what he wants, but 30 million for David is just a deal. Should ask Romero what he thinks of David as he plays against him the other day. Maybe they will. Always had the Janssen vibe from Gimenez. Well, that's the thing. I think people got PTSD, don't they? Because he's an Eredivisie boy, and we're talking about we're talking about a past Eredivisie boy in Janssen. It is just weird that he's not amongst those strikers who believe to be on it. I just think that's mental. Maybe he is, and maybe it's a double bluff, but I think that's mental. He also goes on to say that Spurs would listen to offers for Richarlison because of his injury issues. And I think with that, Spurs, I've always said, and I've been really steadfast on this. Spurs don't mind losing Richarlison, but Spurs aren't going to sell him for 30 million. Spurs will end up wanting 50 million for him. Simple as that. And if a European team isn't going to do that, and Richarlison only wants a European football or European move, then he's not moving. If he wants Saudi move and Saudi offer it, then he'll move there. But that's the only way I look at it. I don't think he's going anywhere, Richarlison. I've always been kind of on that where I think don't get me wrong, if they move off of Richarlison, then you sure as hell know they're going for a striker. They have to. Unless I'm going up front. Get me up front. Target man. All 5'9" of me. David 30, Edison 40, Eze 60. Does that move the needle and getting top 4 potentially a trophy? I think Edison's more than that. But it definitely moves the needle in top 4. Absolutely. You're getting a striker. You're getting a marquee, explosive attacking option in an Eze. You're getting a really top quality midfielder in an Edison. Of course, yeah, you're going to improve. You think of the injuries we picked up. Can you imagine having those 3 in there, you know? There are reports that Spurs were downplaying Gimenez links last month. The links just intensified. I think this is the same case. I've got a feeling he's still on the list, but maybe he slipped on the list, if you know what I mean. You know, there's a striker list. He's on it, but he's, instead of being like 3rd or 4th, he's now 5th or 6th. You know, how many games Richie missed for us over the 2 seasons? Seems like quite a few coming through. Yeah, he's missed quite a lot. Callum Roach, 17 minutes late to the stream. I mean, he's one of the goats of the channel, so I'm gonna have to let him off, aren't I? Yeah. Actually, we're doing it. We're doing this one. I need to have it in there. Right, we've got a poll up. Are we letting Callum Roach off for being late? Let's see what everyone thinks. But if you're watching this back, by the way, and you're not watching this live, you're probably like, sorry, what? You got to be here. You got to be here to vote on these polls, you know? I'm fully Openda now. Is that still a possibility? No, sir. No, sir. Evening, you're cool, and everyone is cool. Darren, you're cool. All right. Vlahovic 65, Due Somerville 30, 45 Morgan's worth 30 reefer. There's no Eze on that list, KVN. I'm scared by it. Get his head. No. No, keep the goat. Let's get a Van Gogh on poll next. Shroomsy's in. Shroomsy. How are you, mate? You all right? Evening, just got him from work. Hope we're all doing okay. Bastard Daddy, mate. Hope you're doing even better than all we are. But it looks like we're just about going to let Callum Roach off for being late. Just about. Callum, you have your warning, all right? The chat may not be so kind next time, buddy. All right, I'm just saying it. I'm just saying it now. But we'll let him off. All right, Callum gets let off for free. Yeah, no, it's all right. I got Uno reverse. Damn. Yeah, Shroomsy is a guy that he throws curveballs. He throws those curveballs. Don't mess with him. All right. Right. This is a big one. This is Van Gogh's status in this chat. All right. Is he a goat of the chat like a Callum Roach, or is he just a legend? Let me know. All right. Anyway, Cambiasso, Bongiorno, Calafiori rejected us. Who do these Farmer League contestants think they are? Damn. I mean, 2 of them playing for Juventus. One's going to go to Napoli. Big up, everyone. Big up, Clement, mate. How are you? The ideal replacement for Kane would be Toney or Gimenez, but if you want a versatile forward, it would be Openda, Sesko, or David. But I'm not 80% sure that we'll end up signing Toney. Well, I've got some Toney updates for you, Iqbal. You might be eating those words in a second. 66 million value for 3 players: David, Edwards, and Geertruida. It's value. It's value. Croatia versus Italy today. I think the Italians win. I think Croatia bow out tonight, which is a shame because I love me some Luka Modric. I do. is GOAT a higher rating? GOAT is the highest rating. It's the highest rating. So if you think GOAT of the channel, that means Van Gogh's leveled up to a high rate, the highest of all ratings. If you think he's just a legend, he's not up here. He's a little bit here. You know what I'm saying? Serie A ballers never want to leave Italy. Have you seen the Spurs squad? Come on now, friends. Come on. Van Gogh, how about a butcher rating? Yeah, terrible. Terrible. Oh, Van Gogh might be getting an upgrade into the GOAT of the chat, the chat here. Let me be a sheep now. There's no levels for sheep. Along with there's 126 million. Right, I have got some stuff to show you in a minute. You're gonna love some of these things I've got to show you because I was thinking about, this space here, and I found some stuff I want to part up there. Well, Van Gogh's leveled himself up. All right, we'll take it. Although he does do swimming, so we've got to be wary of these people. My money is we will end up with Llorente out of retirement and Leve's chuffed because he pulled it off. Hey, he had a great beard, much better than mine. If England go out, want Spain to win, how about you? I want none of them to win. No, I want Romania to win. Up the bloody Romania. What the boys. Right, moving on. Federico Chiesa. Spurs apparently is not after Chiesa. He is not of interest for Spurs. That is damning for quite a few people that are Chiesa guys. We shan't be going for Chiesa, which definitely, it hurts. I like me a Chiesa, but then again, it's just going to cost too much money, the injury issues, all these things, Swimming to catch up. Who goes to catch up for swimming? All right. Go to the coffee shop with the lads, the gals, But yeah, Chiesa looks unlikely for this, really. It doesn't surprise me. I think he's going to cost an absolute fortune, but yeah, that's not happening. I think that's fair to say it's not happening. Chiesa would only cost 30 mil. He's going to cost a hell of a lot more than that, Iqbal, to catch up to the stream, mate. Yeah. Yeah. That old chestnut Van Gogh. Sorry, yeah, I forgot to say, I did a community post talking about a career mode post. It's actually going to come out tomorrow at 4 p.m. All right, so 4 p.m. UK time, a career mode video will go out where it's dramatic. It's dramatic. All I'm going to say is that North London derby, limbs, is all I'm going to say. You're going to love it. I got my dinner. Did I miss you? Mention Toney. Not yet. I'm coming to him literally in just a second, Joshua, mate. We'll talk about him now, Joshua, actually. Why not? Spurs have distanced themselves from reports of a move for Toney. So I don't think it's that Spurs have, aren't going to go for him. But I think Spurs are kind of looking at going, we haven't made any bids. I want to know what you guys think of that. I want to know what you guys think of that Toney report. Do you think it's the deal off? Hearing that, we'll do a poll. I stopped talking for a second. I could hear the doorbell next door go because I've just ordered a takeaway. Love that. Hey, Silverfred, mate. How are you? Duo's price tag. How much would it cost roughly? I don't actually know off the top of my head right now, bud. Agree. Also don't want Toney. I think it's Spurs keeping everything to their chest. It's a smoke screen. Yeah, Joshua and Liam kind of on the same sort of path there. Could be. Absolutely could be. I mean, polls up. Let's see. Would prefer Cardi for a proven finish than of Lees as a backup. I do not want. Have you seen how much for Cardi's earning a year? Not a chance. I'm praying this is all cap and Spurs just want to surprise us because no way after all this time we don't care about these strikers anymore. They always downplay the links for the player. They're going for Gimenez and Toney is Hon. No for Toney. Vote reform of Tottenham. Good Lord. Well, I heard that Toney and Spurs have actually agreed on a deal. It's only left Spurs to agree. Brentford. Hope it's off, but it isn't. Well, by the looks of it, Iqbal, Spurs aren't pursuing it. We all deserve a healthy dessert before the game. Suggestions, fruit. I'd much rather Openda. It's not going to happen, Zane. Dude's going to cost about 100 million. Spurs will not be going for that. I mean, it's interesting, though, on Toney. It's interesting on Gimenez and Toney that these reports are coming out. Bear in mind, these are guys that we've been talking about for months. Jonathan Davis is someone that we spoke about previously within the season, but haven't as much now. But I think that's fascinating. I think it's absolutely fascinating. So you got those reports there on those guys. Moving over, this may make some people excited, potentially. We'll see what you all think. Calafiori to Spurs. Nah, Silverthread. It's close, I think, to being agreed that he's off to Juventus. I like the Lazio striker, actually. Immobile, yeah, he's just too old now, though. Brentford is just going to play hardball like with Raya, and Ange just wants people in early. So someone is going to get Toney for 35 minutes at the end of the window with Newcastle or something. Well, they're moving off of Callum Wilson potentially. Ivan Toney, not Luca Toney. Not Luca Toney. Although he was all right back in the day, wouldn't he? Fruit, that's it. Yeah. Would you have David and 50, 70 million or expensive striker and a cheap winger? I'd probably go David and the expensive winger. A brownie and a dork chocolate combo ice cream scoop. Oh Lord, what's a dork chocolate? Remember this day, Andy, when I say we'll sign Toney despite the rumors. All right, Iqbal. Tell you what, Iqbal, if we do sign Toney, I want you to bring that energy because I like it. I have a big feeling that if we don't bring in a good chance winner, people are going to somehow blame Ange. I've had people, Shroomsy, tell me we haven't signed anyone because it's all Ange's fault. Like he's the one on the phones, he's the one doing the emails, he's the one meeting agents. People will blame anyone they can because they don't like them because they have an agenda. We, with more than an IQ of 1, understand that's not how football works. David and Eze will do. Oh, yeah, Liam. Oh, it will do, will it? Oh, is Isaac not a thing anymore? Too expensive? Not a thing. Never was a thing. Way too expensive. Who are the striker options? I just talked about some. Jonathan Davids. Gimenez was on that list. Toney was on that list. Solanke. I'm coming to another one in just a second. Xerxes was on the list. But there we go. Let me end that poll. Sorry. Deal off, people reckon. 2/3 of people reckon deal off. Interesting. Right. I'm coming to this one. And because some of you talked about it before. But I want you to listen. Now, this is a key thing with this. I want you to listen to the words that I'm using, okay? Because it will make a ton more sense once you understand the wording of this, okay? All right. So, ready? I want you to listen clearly. Listen to, I'm going to say it slowly as well. So, Spurs have previously looked at Juventus striker Dusan Vlahovic, particularly before he joined Juventus from Fiorentina, with the club's former managing director of football, Fabio Paratici, known to be a big fan of the Serbia striker. Now, key thing here, previously looked. Doesn't mean we're in now. And Paratici may quite like him, but Juventus play a way different brand of football to what Ange plays. He's got 2 years left in his contract. He's going to cost 70 and above million, in my opinion. He's not for me. I've not been that impressed with him at the Euros either. Not for me personally. The blame on Ange is crazy. He's the only reason we have players really interested in coming to us. Yeah, because who wanted to come to us when we finished 8th and we were selling Harry Kane? You know what I mean? It was the Ange pool. As you want to see, Maximilian Bayer, pretty good, accurate long shots, old school attacking striker, none of that modern poaching, boring tiki-taka striker. Yeah, but do we at Spurs want a striker for long shots? We don't. That's not what we ask our strikers to do. Some people think transfers work like FIFA manager career mode. Yeah, they're done within 30 seconds. Bonkers, isn't it? I don't see us signing anyone until one of the Deadwood is off the books. Well, we're moving some already. Technically, Ryan Sessegnon's gone. Technically, he was part of the squad. What? Is Kilixoy on? No. Don't replace Deadwood with Deadwood. Exactly. Smashing Clement that. No, not the Juventus striker. Not for me. Also agree. David is also a perfect stopgap until Valise is ready in a season or two. TGO, I like that. Hope we get Royale and Pierre Højbjerg's deals done soon. Then have a couple of deals ready for right after the Euros. I think Højbjerg's will be a few weeks away due to the... Well, I mean, what does our group look like currently at the moment, actually? England. Oh, let me just type this. England Euros group. So, technically speaking, Denmark play Serbia. They are 1 point apart. So Serbia win, Denmark will probably be out. Denmark draw and England draw, they'll be through. If England win and Denmark draw, they'll be through. And if they win, they'll be through. So there is that to hold on to. So look, if they end up if they end up going out early, you'll probably get a Højbjerg deal done sooner. But I don't think there's a rush for it, to be honest. Quick question: what's the difference between the elite version of the kits and the same version of the kits? I plan on buying one of them. Shroomsy, dude, I don't actually have a clue. Peter, starting his day at 4:30 a.m. Melbourne. How are you, mate? You right? I think Emerson's goes soon. I think he will as well. Maybe the youth team players might get a decent chance. Well, they'll get a chance in pre-season to show, Tyrese Hall, Dorrington, Phillips, Moore, Donnelly, Lancashire, probably, Valise, Scarlett, maybe even a Parrott. I hope Parrott at least. Santiago. All these guys, they'll get time in the preseason for sure. I assume some of them go out on loan, though. You're not obviously going to integrate 8 players into the first team, are you? It's just not happening. Did anyone see lineup for Serbia game? Embarrassing. For who? What do you think a realistic timeline for Spurs completing their actual first transfer signing is before or after the Euros? Well, no, you can sign anyone before the Euros. It depends if you're going for someone that's in the Euros. But I think a lot of players are waiting to see either well within the Euros or after the Euros, seeing what their clubs do. Do they want to stay? Do they want to go? It's a lot of dominoes effect. But yeah, had we not had the Euros, Spurs would have signed a few players by now. That's how I genuinely feel. But I think we'll get someone well within the Euros, to be honest. If not, I'd assume Spurs are working on deals already. And they're hot on them, if you know what I mean. Let's turn more into our own version of Yamal. Just the left wing version of him, though, Shroomsy, yeah? So there's that on Vlahovic, and obviously the groups. I mean, look, if people think Vlahovic is moving, then they're going to want Serbia to go out earlier so they can get a move for him, I don't think he's leaving Juventus. I think Motta quite likes him. I think Motta wants him to stay as well. Here's something really interesting. So we talked about the Everton, the Newcastle, the Aston Villa, and the Chelsea moves where they're all buying each other's youngsters for 10 to 20 million. Not reasonable prices for youngsters, because if they're buying that for those players, Donnelly's worth 50 million already. If they're buying that already, Mikey Moore is worth 50, 60 million already. So you can see what I mean. They're not worth that money, right? So you've got these clubs buying up each other's youngsters because it counts to 100% of FFP profit for this year, and they've got 6 days left to get it all into the books, right? So you've got that in there. You can also spread the cost of those transfers over 5 years from the buying side. So you see what I mean? We all went, oh, that's a bit dodgy, isn't it? That's a bit dodgy. That screams a red flag or two. And why is nothing said about Ben Davies expecting to be sold this summer? They'll listen to offers for him, yeah. Don't think Moore's that good, buddy. Alez, you are probably one of a minority on that one. Mikey Moore is class. But my point is he's not worth 50 million. That was my point. Let's get Emerson, Højbjerg at AC, take that 40, add 20 to it, get Fofana and Giroud, and our defense looks scary. Potentially Kieran, it's not a bad shout. Moore's got talent, we'll see. Yeah, they're dodgy selling, to each other. They should be looked into. Well, Joshua, you beat me to the punch. The Mail Sport put out an exclusive saying the Premier League will review every transfer this summer after a spate of swap deals between top flight clubs. The Premier League are looking like jokes at the moment because they've got this whole Man City 115 charges debacle when they deducted points from Forest, they deducted points from Everton, they've deducted points from Leicester for this season. You've got Leeds who are struggling. You've got, all these things going on with financial fair play, and they're not in control of it. They're looking like fools at the moment, right? You then lead into, okay, how do we get around this? Because we want to spend loads of money because we've got the money to spend, and Villa have money to spend. Chelsea have money to spend. We've seen it with Chelsea. They spent over £1 billion. They've got money to spend. Newcastle got loads of money to spend, but they can't spend it because of financial fair play. And these are the rules in place, right? These are the rules that people agreed to, clubs agreed to. So before someone complains, these are the rules that clubs agreed to. Spurs agreed to it. Crystal Palace agreed to it. Brentford agreed to it. And you've got teams like Brighton and Brentford who are really intense on their financial fair play, like Spurs. And you've got clubs who are on the other end of the spectrum trying to spend as much as they can. Everton spending, I think, more than they even earn on wages alone. So you've got this, right? What I find interesting with these deals is there's clearly something that they've had communication between them. They're not all just doing this because it's something that's all of a sudden dawned on them. There's been communication between these teams saying, look, if you buy this guy, let's say it's 15 million, we'll buy that guy for something similar and we'll do it like that. It reeks of dodginess. It really does. It's really bad. And the Premier League needs to get on top of these things because the Premier League set rules and teams then go like this. Aha! It's like being a bouncer. The Premier League is a bouncer to a nightclub. And they go, you've had too much drink, mate. You can't come in. And you go, oh, okay. You then go around back, you climb over the wall and you get in. And then you say to the bouncer, hello, mate, you're right. And he's like, I thought I said you couldn't come in. You go, oh, yeah, no, I got let in. How did you get let in? Oh, don't worry about it. You see what I mean? It screams dodginess. Whenever I see Dusan Vlahovic play, he looks underwhelming. Yeah, I don't think we're going for him anyway. Yeah, they should review every team except us. Yeah. We talk football. I hope he is. Oh, yeah, he is. He'll be good. Agreed. City and Chelsea do whatever they want and everyone else gets penalised. Complete dross. Yeah. I'll be honest, if the Premier League doesn't come down on these teams clearly just cheating the system, then what's the point of the rules? Yeah. Don't put the rules in place, then don't enforce them. Why are we looking for a striker while we have Valise Para at Lancashire? Because we need to get someone who's ready to go now and then we can bleed in these youngsters. So there was that on some financial fair play. Right, give me a second. Just got some stuff over there I want to grab. I want to show you some really cool things from a youth. These are all Spurs things I'm going to be hanging up, all right? You'll like these. Give us a sec. Right. These are cool. These are cool. I'm going to be hanging some of these things up, all right? So you'll like these. So first and foremost, these are a little bit dusty, I won't lie. Hey, White Hart Lane, Tottenham Hotspur. I've had this for a long old time. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put some shelves in. I'm gonna put some shelves. I'm just gonna hang it up on the shelf, so it'll be like that. Looks pretty good, doesn't it? Yeah, yeah. Interior design Andy over here. All right, that's the first one. You've then got. I'm gonna take it out as a case. I need to clean the case. We're gonna take out the case. Do you guys ever remember Top Trumps? I've got an old school Tottenham Top Trumps, and when I say old school, right? I've got a David Ginola. I can't really see it very well. David Ginola. Glenn Hoddle. Gaza, and then you also, you've got other people like Dimitar Berbatov. You've got some old schools in here. I love it. These are from when I was a child, by the way. I've got like 20 to 30 different Top Trumps. I love them. Love them. My guy got advice from his mum. Hey, Mama Levy. You want to talk about goats? She's the goats of goats. All right. She's the best. Well, I've no disrespect to my mama. I talked about this picture so many times. It's a bit dusty. Let me clean it. Bit minging, so I have to give it a bit of a proper clean. All right. But I talked about a Robbie Keane photo. This I've had since I was the same age as Van Gogh, like 6 years old. So like this is mad. And I thought I got rid of it, and I finally got it back. So that'll go up on the shelf as well. Got this one from my brother a few years back. I signed Harry Kane. Hey, look at that. How nice is that? How nice is that, eh? Not bad, eh? I mean, that'll go up on the little shelf as well. That's quite nice. I didn't get my hat down, and I can't be bothered to go get it now. And he's still in postcode signs. Careful, Darren, mate. I'll come where you. I'll come on the street that you are. I'm gonna nick. I'm gonna nick your road sign. You'll be like, "Wow, what road do we live on again?" Let me check the sign. Oh, it's gone. Oh, that was Andy, wasn't it? Yeah, Shrooms, mate. I just cooked Van Gogh for fun, mate. This one. I'll tell you what, lads. Everyone have one of these? Look at that. Look how beautiful that is. The old crest. That's what. By the way, that's the crest I have on my hat up there. That's beautiful. Look at the shocked face of him. That's Shroomsy and Van Gogh's face after I cook them every single stream. So yeah, gonna put some of these stuff up on the wall. All right. Probably I hope to actually maybe do it tomorrow. You know, we'll probably get them up there, get some cool stuff up there. I'm gonna add to it as time goes on as well. But yeah. It's all right. Let's get a look at that, you know. That's what I do. These are all things that I've had, you know, the top trumps I've had, you know, when I was 7 or 8 years old. The Robbie Keane photo, something similar. The White Hart Lane sign, I was probably 10, 11, 12 years old. The poster, I was probably around 18. The teddy bear, I was a young child as well. You know, that's what I do. That's what I do. I keep them. The hat's even older, you know. I asked my mum, she was like, I've got your first ever kit. It was a Hewlett-Packard 96 kit. Hey, talk about heritage. That's what that is. You love all those. Oh, there you go. You love all those heritage. Cheers, Gary, mate. Van Gogh just caught a crazy stray. You got to spin back, man. Do you think there is a future for our young stars? It's hard for them to be trusted fully into this. Yes, there will be. Yeah, I've got no comeback, mate. Great, Andy, keeping all the memories. Thanks, dude. I'm off to watch the game. Yeah, Gons, take it easy, mate. Wait, why did he cook me this time? It's just you're a Baltimore Raven fan. You deserve it at every turn. Kool-Aid's taking over. He wasn't like this. Yeah. What's it? Member berries in South Park. Oh, I remember. Now we need a kit with the old crest back so bad. Do you know what? I did. My friends and I for one of our other friends' birthday, who's a Spurs fan. We bought them like not like a proper kit, but it was a Holston t-shirt. It looks unbelievable. Kind of wish I had it, you know. We lost Andy to the Kool-Aid. All right, it's not a drug, lads. It's just summer fruit squash. Jeez. But yeah, gonna put some shells out this week. Get some cool stuff up there. You know, might even get. I've got a little sign here for White Hart Lane. Might get another sign just being like, Van Gogh's not a very good swimmer. Just so everyone knows that one as well. He's no Michael Phelps. Good that Donna person isn't here. She'll be here tomorrow, mate. What is the Solanke news? Solanke news is that Spurs have looked at him. They know about his release clause. That's kind of it for the moment. But there we are. So yeah, that's my task for tomorrow. I've cleaned loads of stuff out of my room. So, you know, came across a few of these things that I hadn't seen in a while. So yeah, it's gonna be good. But yeah, I'm gonna get some stuff up tomorrow. Be able to be, you know, surrounded by more Spurs stuff. And yeah, it'd be nice. You might remember me from yesterday. I was the one who saw Van der Ven's goal from the south stand. But I wanted to say that on the August 10th, I'm going to Spurs versus Bayern. Oh, mate, wicked, mate. Enjoy it. Well, look, you'll be on the channel in terms of commenting before then, but I know you'll enjoy it. Yeah. Do you know where you're sitting? Van Gogh, the drug is so strong he doesn't know its name. Come on. I mean, it is the good stuff, so I will say it's that. Can't wait to see Kane play. You'll enjoy it. If you haven't seen Kane play before, you'll enjoy it. Thank you. You're welcome. You're welcome, 360. It's all right, mate. See you later, Alex, mate. Take it easy. I'm all for Solanke if it means we can get a brace of anime celebrations. Well, you know, that's one thing of it. That's why Arsenal liked Aubameyang, wasn't it? Who's going QPR? Oh, QPR friendly. Yeah. Callum, you going to that one then, are you? Callum Roach, the Ultra, setting off flares in the front row. I've got Son and Madison signed photo frames. Love that, Tom. I love that. Don't be getting rid of them. KA is the best. Don't you start, Darren. I think I'm sitting in the South Stand again. I love that. Belter. Great place to be sitting. Lovely place to be sitting. Hope so with a home fan. Ooh, tasty. To be honest, it's friendlies. Like, no one really cares, do they? Friendlies are about getting match fit, building up some tempo towards the season, but it's not about winning the games. It really isn't. But there you go. So yeah, back tomorrow, obviously 12 o'clock, talking some more foosball, talking more Spurs. It'll be into the afternoon. Hopefully I'll do some DIY and get some shells up. Hopefully tomorrow. If not, it'll be later in the week. I know there's no rush for you guys that will do that. And yeah, back tomorrow at 12 o'clock. Hopefully talk some more football. Obviously, England play tomorrow, so we'll be talking a little bit about England as well. So yeah, 12 o'clock, 7 o'clock. I'll see you for both those streams, everyone. Quick little prediction in terms of the football for this evening. What is it? Spain, it's Spain, Albania, isn't it? Euro fixtures. Hang on. Spain, Albania, team news, just looking at it. I love it how this is Spain's rotational team. And they've got Alex Grimaldo, Marino, Zubamendi, Ferran Torres, Olmo, Oyarzabal. Yeah, that must be nice, Spain. Yeah, it must be really nice that you can have all these great players grow up. Spain will win 2-1, 2-0, 2-1, and then Italy, Croatia. Croatia, this is last stand for Croatia. They're going to have to come out and do the business tonight. Looking at it, I'm probably going to go 1-0 Italy, Croatia, and I think Croatia bow out. So there we are. We're hoping to see Eze there. Nice. See you, mate. Going to train my swimming skills. You clearly don't like it. Yeah, get a grip, Van Gogh, mate. I guarantee you do the doggy paddle. Don't even do the forward straight, mate. So the Gimenez stuff is BS. I wouldn't say it's BS. It's just conflicting reports at the moment, mate. All right. But yeah, anyway, end of the stream, guys. So I hope you all enjoy your evenings. Go and watch the football. Enjoy the football. I will see you all for 12 o'clock tomorrow, talking some more Spurs. I'll see you all then. Enjoy your evening, everyone. Take care. Take it easy.